So I read The Night Circus again because I'm a huge fan. I don't know if you can tell. Can you tell? Is it obvious? Anyways, so after reading The Night Circus for the second time, I think, possibly the third, it's hard to tell, I decided to do a little drawing for it. So what you're going to see... So I created a little like speed paint of The Night Circus, and I decided that while you were watching me draw this, that I would also react to 1-star reviews of a book that I rated 5 stars and see just how heated I'm gonna get. So stay tuned for that. So I wanted to preemptively state everybody is entitled to their own opinions. Just because I liked this book and rated it 5 stars does not at all mean that you have to, and does not mean that I'm trying to shame any of these people that wrote these 1-star reviews. I am just very curious because I absolutely adored this book, and I know that there are people that rated it 1 stars, and I really want to know why. And we do not have to have the same opinion on the book to respect each other's opinions. So, yeah. Alright, so the first one, and this is the most recent one, I never expected to like this book. Just from the title I knew it wasn't for me. So many people spoke highly of this book, so I read some reviews and my opinion remained the same. This wasn't for me. Okay. It was chosen for my book club, so I read it. Alright, okay, makes sense. And now I'm going to rant about why I wish I hadn't in detail, which means there's going to be some spoilery stuff. I'm not going to be putting any spoilers in this video. Don't worry about that. I don't like reading about circuses or parties or scenes of revelry and dreamlike wonder. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know why you read this book either then. This isn't the book for you. You don't like magical realism? No! Okay, so I love books with magical realism in it, which is part of the reason why I love Erin Morgenstern. I just think it's crazy that this person doesn't like magical realism, but it also does make sense that if you don't like magical realism, you won't like this book. I don't like books without a point or plot or reason for existing. I think that a lot of people mistake escapism as like a bad reason for writing a book. Simply because a story is interesting to read and takes up time doesn't mean that that's a bad reason for writing it. You don't have to make some big grand sweeping statement with a book in order for that book to have merit. Reading, for me, a lot of the times is escapism and a way of escaping from reality into this magical world that unfortunately I can't experience in real life. By reading, you can experience many different worlds other than just the one that you physically live in. There definitely is a plot. There's definitely a plot. But I think that, like, the biggest reason that I think most people like this book is because of the aesthetics behind it. And I don't think that that's a bad reason for a book to exist, because it helps with the escapism. And the setting is very, very rich, and you just fall into this world, so... Yeah, for escapism purposes, this book definitely makes sense as to why it exists. They just don't like a lot of the descriptions that are in this. But yeah, again, as I said, descriptions for the setting help with that escapism. Alright, next one. Nothing happened in this book. Okay, so she said that she liked the author's writing, which already I feel like I wouldn't give it 1 star for that, because you did like something about the book. And you read on, and then nothing happens. I mean, a lot happens. Like, a lot happens, actually. Wow, this was the most boring book I've read in a very long time. That's just the whole comment, just that. I didn't really find it boring. I found it very entertaining, actually. But, alright, go off. Alright, so next one. This book is beautifully written. Again, I just feel like if you have something good to say about the book, then it feels really weird to give it a 1-star rating because you did like something about it and you got some enjoyment out of it. So I think that's a little bit weird, but the sentences bring a magical atmosphere which is quite stunning. Great, escapism, yay. I hope you really, really, really want to know this circus, that you crave for it, that you can't breathe until you know every detail about this circus, how they perform in the circus, what they eat, what they wear, oh, and the lights. Who are they, you're asking? Irrelevant. It's like asking who are the main characters and what exactly is their purpose. Oh wait, it should matter, right? So in the book, and this isn't a spoiler because literally you open the first page and this is the first thing employed in this book, it's writing it as though you are walking into the circus, and this is only in some parts of the book that the author does this, but it's writing as though you walk into the circus and you're experiencing these things, and it gives you more of that atmosphere, and you can clearly tell from those sections that Erin Morgenstern fell in love with her own setting, and same. I loved these descriptions, and I loved feeling like, oh, I'm really there. I'm getting to see all this super cool stuff that I've never seen before, that I would love to go to a circus like that. That sounds like fun. I mean, there are a lot of descriptions. It doesn't take up the entire book. It's not like that. And those parts are there for a reason. It's to help create that setting and that magic and mystique that the circus is known for. So another one, The Night Circus, a mind-numbing, overly detailed, tangled mess of plotlessness. I don't understand why so many people are saying it doesn't have a plot. It does have a plot. It has a very, it has a very clear, decisive plot that goes from a start to an end. And there is a middle in there as well. So I don't quite understand this. It doesn't have a, okay. I'm just gonna keep going. Publishers marketed The Night Circus as the next Harry Potter, which every time I recall on this con makes me want to tear my pretty hardback copy in tiny pieces and light them on fire. Okay, if you have a very pretty hardback copy, I will take it from you. I know I already have a pretty hardback copy, but I'll take all of them. Please don't tear it to bits. I will take it from you, and please don't tear it. I love it so much. I don't think that it makes any sense to compare it as like the next Harry Potter, because the two have entirely different atmospheres. I mean, one thing that I did really like about Harry Potter was how connected you were to the atmosphere that the author built, and how you just felt swept up into this magical world, and I feel like The Night Circus delivers on that, but the atmospheres don't feel the same at all, and the plots are very different, and yes, they both have magic, but that's kind of where the similarities end. So that, yeah, I will get that if you were hoping for the next Harry Potter, that would definitely be a disappointment, because that just doesn't make sense. I'm trying to figure out how to say this, and it's not a spoil. A lot of the ways in which moves are made in this game, they're a lot more subtle. So I get that if you were looking for something really action-packed, that this wouldn't deliver on that. For anybody out there who hasn't read it and is thinking about reading it, you should definitely read it. It's really good. But yeah, don't go into it thinking that it's going to be like this huge action-packed thing. It's not quite like that. I can't read this section to you because it is very spoilery, and I'm trying my best not to spoil things, but they don't like the romance in it because they think that it sounds more like, to use my words, not theirs, that it sounds more like insta-love, that like the characters just seem to love each other and there's no real reason behind it. Like, the characters do give their explanations behind this kind of thing. They get to know each other throughout their lives by different means other than like meeting in person and, you know, like going on dates and stuff like that. They have different ways of contacting each other and different ways of interacting with each other. I won't say how because I don't want to have any spoilers. Okay, this next person says this book was incorrectly marketed, which I think we've already established that might be the case. It should have been sold as a sleeping aid because it is so blim and dull. Blim and dull? Blim. There is a chance that this person is not from America. I fell asleep on 5 separate occasions while reading this. It bored me that much. I I don't think you need a sleeping aid if you can fall asleep to the night circus. I think you can fall asleep to anything, but that's just me. I'm so sorry. It's just, oh. Oh my goodness, that's so mean. I couldn't fall asleep during this if I tried. I wanted to read more. Alright, I feel bad only bothering to write a review for a book that I didn't like. I feel bad only bothering to write. Am I having a stroke? What? Why can't I read this? I feel bad only bothering to write a review for a book that I didn't like, but it must be done. Okay, general comments. I did not learn a single new word over the course of this book. That's a very odd critique, in my opinion. I mean, you could read a dictionary. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so I think that's all the 1-star reviews I can handle reading at the moment. So sit back for the rest of the video and just watch me paint. Alright, so that was me going just a little bit mad for however long this video is, and also me getting back into art for the first time in like 6 months or something crazy like that. Despite the bad reviews that you have heard here today, I would definitely recommend reading this book if you haven't. It is, Chef's Kiss is so wonderful, I love it. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!